One of my dreams early on when we talked about it was like hopefully getting enough people recognizing the value of MedSync to get insurance companies to actually pay for that. Yeah. You know, if you want good clinical control and good compliance, MedSync is the answer, right? Like that's how you layer on any kind of clinical product. Back when I was in renal care, that's how we did it. You synced all of your patients and it is one of those nice things where you have, when you know exactly where a patient's gonna be. We had them in facility 3 hours, 3 times a week. I knew exactly where they were at when they were gonna be there. So we would time their medication delivery to when they were dialyzing, and you counsel them there because they can't say, I don't have time or I'm doing something else. I know exactly what you're doing, and it's a no-brainer, right? When you have sync patients, you know when they're coming, you know what they're going to do, and you can talk to them about anything you want for that 10-minute time period.
And they really appreciate it. The frustrating part for us is people don't answer their calls, or they don't. And so then they come in and say, well, I'm not taking that anymore. Well, said everything was, and working through that. But to me, I don't work the counter as much as I used to, but I always remember the old days, a Monday. And, I always tell people Mondays, you do 30% more business than any other day. And so, people come in and they would come in and had no refills. We had to call a doctor. Oh, we need a prior authorization. Oh, we had to do that. All those people that are synced, we don't have to do that anymore. We've done that in advance. If you throw that in with e-prescribing, and it's really a different model today. And people get frustrated because sync, but you have to invest in the people that are doing sync.
And another weird thing that you don't see until you walk into a store that's really good at MedSync, you see it in the employees' faces too. When I first started, Monday and Tuesdays, especially the first Monday and Tuesday of the month, were like the worst days of the whole month, without question. I walked into a MedSync store that did only MedSync early on in when I first started at Pioneer, and I thought they were a very slow pharmacy because the staff was walking around. They didn't have that look of panic in their face. And they were doing like 700 scripts a day, but they were doing them predictably. And that was the whole difference. I was a MedSync evangelist from that day on.